What it is, y'all. Center Hill, see the half, what it do? Hey, Church Street, South Grand, stand up. King, yeah. Here we go. What up? What's happening, baby? Are you happy? I know you had a good time, didn't you? It's all good on your hard work, nigga. I know this.
Yo, what it do? This is another episode of First Night Out. I am your host, Tina. Yes. And I am back with an episode that I've been wanting to do. And like I said, when you have your own stuff and you want to put out content, it don't matter when you put it out, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what could happen, who sees it, who agrees. The point of podcast is just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter how many times this has been reviewed, no matter how many times this topic has been talked about, just do you, boo. Let's just do you. You know what I'm saying? And so this is me doing me. And one of the things that, as a comedian or a fellow comedian, and I love, Marlon Wayans. I would say that he's one of my favorite, or if not my favorite, Wayans, of the Wayne clique or the Wayne clan. And so what I want to do is talk about his latest and greatest film. Uh I won't say greatest. I mean, I think there are other films that, especially Jordan Peele, what we've gotten out of him the last few years or 10 plus years, even dating back to Key and Peele. I think that, it may not be his best, but it had well, I'm gonna get into it. But like I said, Marlon has won me over as the best Wayans out there. Jordan Peele is great in itself, and I wasn't too familiar with Tyreek Withers, but I'm gonna get into his acting too. Just to I don't know. I'm gonna get into it. So it starts off, and I'm gonna read something that I saw. And I wish I had the video clip that actually made me actually want to go see it. Actually, that day where, my wife was, she was out and my son was with my mom, and so I was like, well, I ain't doing nothing. Let me see what I can get into or whatever. And so I saw a video clip, but this guy was like, "Oh, Marlon's acting is very, very good," and and everybody should just go see it because of Marlon. But I did see the other reviews where it was kind of mixed or whatever, and so I was like, well, you never know. You got to find out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So might as well. So I went to Crestwood, Illinois, and one of my favorite theaters. Don't know why it's one of my favorite theaters. It just feels convenient at some point, and I already love the word convenient. And also I saw one of these reviews or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, this is different." So when I saw, him is a gripping blend of sports and horror, exploring the dark side of ambition and the sacrifices made for greatness, featuring strong performances from Tyree Withers and Marlon Wayans. So I was like, ooh, that's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I go. I actually ordered some chicken tenders. My fat ass ordered some chicken tenders, and I had a slushy. What I'm saying, I'm a big ass kid or whatever. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see this movie. You know what I'm saying? So I go, and I go to the theaters and waiting. And so of course it comes on, and I think most sports movies, when it's really good and it's mostly about sports, I'm already on the edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a mind where I can just open my mind and just like, and be, I can be there. I can turn off the rest of the world. I can just focus on the screen. I can focus on what's going on, and I can just turn off everything. So I'm there. I feel like I'm there, and that's how a movie should make you feel, like you're there, like you're using your imagination, or you're expanding your imagination to like, just listen to whatever the fuck is on the screen, or just be enthralled for that, for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And so that's what I immerse myself into the movie. And long story short, I'm thoroughly enjoying this movie. I'm really into it. It's really gotten my attention to like, damn, this is really good. It's a good start. Good plot so far. Everything's working out. Like this actually resembles, maybe what they go through in real life. With the NFL, college football, high school football, you know, you're you're seeing the sacrifices that it takes to be great, basically, And like I said, it had a very, very good, strong start. And I don't know. Hmm. I don't want to like. I mean, it's more of a spoiler alert, but it to me had a very good strong start, and then it just fell off the fucking cliff. I don't know. I don't know what the writers were thinking. I feel like they need to redo the movie just to give it a better alternate ending or something. I don't know. Maybe there is an alternate ending. Maybe they're gonna put it out at some point. But I absolutely hated the ending of the movie. I really did. I thought that we were going to get like a competition battle, on the field where, like kind of like Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and Cleveland, where we actually could see side by side an actual competition of, of athleticism, of this and that. But as you can see, it started to turn dark at some point, where you could tell that there was like some supernatural entity, or I guess that's where the horror comes in at, where there was just some out of worldly, out of body experience type, stuff that was happening with the two players. And then I guess they were leading us to like, okay, this is going to be, a very a gruesome ending or something like that. Which is fine. Which is, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, if you're gonna go down that path, yeah, that's fine. Take me down there. But it better be believable though. It better be like, like motherfucker got a gun and shot him or some shit because he was doing something dirty or something. Like yeah, take me there. Take me all the way there. Like I'm willing to see what this where this goes. But to see that the shit turned more into like Django, that's what made me kind of like sad though. You know what I'm saying? Like it turned into like a a white knight, shiny armor, type of film where I'm like, man, I got let down. Like I literally thought that it was just gonna be, something that was more believable than how the ending. I mean, I'm just going to say it, you know, yeah, you knocked dude out and dude was injured, and you gave the man the blood of, of all the quarterbacks, or the quarterbacks, the goats or whatever, and you gave him the blood. And I understood that, Marlon's character also had the blood. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming because he's older, and he's fading out. And I guess the other thing too, like yeah, he's old, he's gonna fade out. But if he would have won, did that mean that he was gonna continue to carry out 5 years at a time, and he would have been like 50 something, 55 years old, still playing at a high level? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part where I'm like, okay, I'm stuck. I'm stuck to like believe that, like I thought it was gonna be where, it at least made it. Oh my god, I'm struggling to figure out where the plot could have went. Maybe let me see. Let me think about this. Maybe you could have had Marlon's character, like on a year to year, 2 year deal or something like that, and his superpowers are fading, because at some point you're gonna fade, and so you could have gotten him on the field, and let's say he lost the first 2-3 games, and and the other character, Tyree Withers' character could have, what's his name, Cameron Cade could have, came in, and it showed that he was very flashy or whatever, and on the field, and now the fans who probably didn't even like him, or you know it could have went a whole different way than how it went, where Cameron Cade, now he killed Marlon character because he was trying to kill him. Now it's a death duel or whatever, and then all of a sudden he comes out the tunnel, and then they about to crown him the next quarterback of the next 20-30 years or whatever. And he looked around like, damn, I don't really want this shit, I don't really want this lifestyle. So he just said, fuck it, I'm killing everybody, I'm killing the owners, I'm killing the league, I'm killing all of these things that come with this league. And so it was just like slicing and dicing all these white men. And so immediately, I think, I'm not sure if I'm the only person that thought this, but I literally thought about Django, and how in Django, where Jamie Foxx just started killing all the white men, and he was more of the hero in the movie and stuff like that. And so, back to this film, I don't know if we were supposed to give this man a standing ovation. It was supposed to be a happy ending, or like, I don't know. I think it could have continued to stay dark, or it could have continued to stay in a horror space, but it went from like sports and horror to gladiator, uh, you know, savior type thing. And I'm like, man, y'all could keep this. Y'all could have did way better than this. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think, I don't know. I just was disappointed, but not to detract from the film. But I really, really, really want to talk about Marlon Wayans. Now, the movie started out great. Like I said, ended as a dud. And ironically, when the film ended as a dud, that was actually the end of Marlon Wayans' character. So I'm not even gonna lie. So when it was sports and horror, and you saw Marlon 90% of the time, it was great. The film, the action, it was it made its points. It wasn't too long. It was on point. And so like his acting, like it was very believable, had me on edge, like the craziness, the boop, doing all of that, like I could just feel his character. I felt like it was a real character. Like, I mean, yeah, were there some far-fetched things, like, I mean, theoretically we did see Tom Brady win 8 or 7 or 8 championships. And on the flip side of, in basketball, we seen LeBron James go to 10 finals, and unfortunately he hasn't won but four. But I think that I think when you see, those types of things like Tom Brady 20 plus years, 7 championships, LeBron 10 finals appearances, 23 years, like it's not far fetched per se. And so like, but the Cade character kind of, I mean, not Cade, but Isaiah White's character, Marlon, did a fantastic job of being an older guy, trying to put the youngin under his wing and like kind of showing him the ropes, and like he genuinely cared about, the success of the team and what it's taking for him to be great and to continue to be great. So like he's teaching them, like he's giving them everything. He's outrunning him. He's strong. I mean, of course, we know that he had the blood in him, but I think also if you do have the blood, you still gonna have some type of like mental craziness anyway to be that great. Like I think we've all heard stories in the real sports world where the greats of the greats have like this extra level of whatever it is to get to that level of greatness or Hall of Fame or whatever you would call it. I think that that's what they were portraying at first. You know what I'm saying? Even with the blood, of the goats or whatever. It I just think that they could have left out the whole blood, spiritual thing or whatever you would call it. I think they should have left that out. Uh I don't know. Like I said, I just think that the whole film could have just been a little different. A little different. Other than that, I give it a C plus. You know what I'm saying? Maybe C minus. Around there. I'm teetering between C minus, C, and C plus. I don't know. But Marlon Wayans acting, I would give it an A plus. He deserves Oscar considerations when they come around. Like I feel like the range that he showed to be serious, funny, and engaging, and keep the audience anticipating what he's going to do next within the film. I think he did a great job. I think he needs to do more of these types of films where he can showcase his talent as an actor, as a comedian. I think sometimes we also know that comedians of his caliber actually make some of the best drama or thriller type films, or the acting for those roles turned out to be great roles for that. If anybody can remember, like Wesley Snipes is not technically I mean he's a very good actor, but the movie that he played with Kevin Hart as his brother, like I think Wesley Snipes brought out the best in Kevin Hart. And I mean, I know it's been 4 years, but I think Kevin Hart also deserved some type of nod, for that. So I think, I think most comedians need to do more acting. I think they need to do more acting in the serious role. Like um we don't have too many actors that can carry the torch. Like if Denzel Washington is going down that path of retirement and Michael B. Jordan is, I mean, he's made sports films but I think he is very limited most times. Like, because I guess I think they stereotyped him. I mean, put him in a role, typecast him into like that good guy, good role, clean cut, what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no. I mean, even even in Black Panther, like his character was still kind of, you know, playboyish and, arrogant and uh pretty boy type. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still kind of like that Michael B. Jordan corniness, as people put it. You know what I'm saying? Like his brand of him still shine as a corny person within the film, even though he's acting as a tough guy. You still can see it. And so I hate to say that because I mean he is a good actor, but I just think that he can't transcend what we know as like black acting to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I think Marlon showed that he can, you know what I'm saying, take this game to the next level, man. Like I think he should. I don't know if it's just me. I just want other people to look at the film. I really didn't do a spoiler. Well, yes, I did, but um, I just want people to see it to see if I'm saying this. If you all saying the same thing I'm saying, because I just thought Marlon just did a fantastic job. The film had a great start and it just fell. It just flopped, to be honest. And I'm just being honest. And I am T Knight. I look to do more of these. I mean, I got one more in the chamber, and this is more so. The one I got in the chamber is technically for Frankie, my son. I think it's for him because he loves, you know, the movies that I'm going to review, I guess, in my own opinion, and I want to do that for him. So right now, this is the movie him. You know what I'm saying? And that was my review. And I look forward to seeing the feedback, the comments, if any. You know, I don't do this for anybody but myself. You know, so I give myself self validation. You know what I'm saying? And I pat my own self on the back, like, God damn, T Night, you did a good ass job. And then, like, I think sometimes I hold myself back because I don't edit, I don't promote it. I just put it out there. It's like a diary to me. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a journal. You know what I'm saying? It's more like writing the book. Each episode, each series is like writing a book. And speaking of that, along with I want to do more movie films, reviews. I want to do a series called the Slanderous series, or Slander, like something slanderous, slander. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna have characters. This may or may not be based on real life. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet, but it's gonna be called Slander something. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm gonna use characters. I'm gonna tell a story. I'm going to tell uh you know, maybe tell something that is real and make it seem like it's fiction. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very um I think it's going to be cool. I think that I have a lot of content in my head that I've been wanting to get out there. You know, people know that I've done, you know, music, I've rapped, I've done comedy, I've done stand up, you know, I've done the political realm. I've debated, you know, one of the up and coming young politicians out here. I've done that. I kind of held my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm a community person and I just want to just be great. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put stuff out there. And so I think this is the thing that I'm going to do. And I'm actually inspired by Candace Owens. So before I put out the slander series, I think that sounds good. I think I'm gonna put out the slander series right after I talk about conspiracy theories. Ooh. To go from conspiracy theories to slander series. Ooh, I don't know, man. Um, but so this episode, you know, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? And I liked him. Uh, you know, in a way where it's different, but it was the plot and the story just fell, but Marlon's acting saved it. And so I'm gonna just end it on that note. and stay tuned for more content from me, baby. I'm gonna be putting out more, baby. Yes, yes, yes.
What's happening?
What it is,
All
y'all.
you haters,
Center Hill, see the half, what it do? Hey, Church Street, South Grand, stand up. King,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
So all I got
Here
to
we
say,
go.
what up? What's happening?
baby?
Are you haters?